I'm just saying.
How
So
is
like I
that
don't,
possible?
huh?
How is that even
I don't.
possible?
I don't have any of that
I'm
shit.
telling you,
So
I do. I can tell you where any object is. But I'm saying, so I don't know. I guess I don't know exactly. I don't even remember the original comment we were talking about. I just feel like SI can be viewed in different. Well, my girlfriend's vibrator's in the top drawer of her nightstand to the
oh
right
my
of her bed
god.
if you're laying
Yumi,
it.
stop.
Sorry.
It's a family show. I give you a locker room talk.
I'm bucking around. I
Trying
just,
to make me feel bad, that's all.
I don't know.
Like an SI.
I just think there's so many stereotypes around the way that we talk about stuff. That's all.
We're not being fair to SI, are we? Is SI feeling oppressed? Is SI a disenfranchised group?
Yeah, it is.
I'll keep that in mind. Hi, She. We got two INFJs who used to be something else.
Am
I
I?
think they're both INFJs. Yeah,
Am
I
I?
think you are.
I'm officially INFJ. I'm still I'm still possibly INFP actually, to be honest. But I haven't decided on either of the three. You're like,
You're not
no, you're not INFP. Your face was like, really? I don't know. I don't really feel FE that high up. It's not valuable to me. I'm just good at it. I don't really give a shit. It's just
See,
like
I get
less
what you're
effort and less work to just properly like FE. It's like, duh, I should do that. It's the minimalist approach. I don't know, like just less drama, maintain stable relationships, but also don't get too attached because I don't value it that much. Like it's very like distant from me, and I just know what to do.
I kind of know what you're talking about there. It's like Ti just picks out the one like sentence or word that knows how to like play the whole situation out to create like, so if there's a situation, there's like, okay, I could say a lot of different things and that's going to create different FE responses, but I know this one is going to be exactly what I want.
Yeah, exactly. And if I have like a larger like TI goal, then I'm going to actually like abandon FE, and I might even like purposely be provocative just to like get whatever I'm trying to achieve. But I don't know, for like a larger lesson to someone or something. But I don't know. Yeah, that's just. I guess I'm just confused still.
I think that part of that might come from what Susanna was talking about. Is like I think maybe just I used to spend a shit ton of time going over past experiences. So replaying situations in my head and hitting pause, breaking them apart, seeing what caused what and every little interaction between every person involved, and then putting it back together and hit play again and watching it play, right? So like I did that enough to the point where it's like I feel like I have pretty good general responses to cover a lot of different nuanced situations. Not that I do that all the time, I'm just saying.
That's a TI-SI loop, which is productive. But ENTPs get into an NE-SI loop, which goes like this. You remember it, and you think of different things you could have done that would have played out better. And it's a completely useless waste of time. It's just a way of feeling bad.
Not really.
It's not like we don't do that.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's part of our process because you got to think of different ways to so then you test an action in your head in that situation and then play all the other parts and watch it play out and then see if that response. So then the next time you could maybe do that.
I don't even think I'd do that. It would just sort of be like I should have said.
I don't do that anymore.
Yeah, that would have been good.
I didn't. If you want to talk about from me being like 10 years old to like 18, that's all I did. Like, was replay. That was the large. If I was in my head, that's what I was doing.
Better you get it all figured out.
I feel like I just get a lot of like. I feel like I understand why a lot of FE things happen, so it helped me just So I'm saying like why a lot of situations played out the way they did.
That's why it
You
can be
should
confusing. Oh, sorry. Go.
You should go ahead, Neptune.
Oh no, go. I like literally just said go. Yeah.
Okay.
Before you.
You should write a pamphlet called "What to Do When FE Happens" for INTPs. Am I like anxious?
Are you like anxious, Eric?
But I was gonna
Yeah.
say that
Oh, I forgot I was on mic.
that I think TI views even events and like people as specimens, so it can come off as like very FE once you've studied that particular thing enough. So that's where the line gets blurred, because
TI and SI breaks things into static states that it can. So it doesn't like to study things inside of movement. It takes a piece of movement and it hits pause, and then takes that frame, that one moment, breaks it apart, and then play the next moment. Pause, bring that moment out, break it apart, see what happened in that moment. Every little detail that you can pick out in that moment, you want to break it into static objects that you can and then watch them play again. At least that's how I feel like.
I agree with you completely because TI is time neutral because it's conditionality, not causality. And so you take real world shit, and when you take it out, you try to figure out the underlying mechanism that persists despite the time,
despite the variables, or what is the constants. Yeah,
exactly. Figure out.
And then, but you want to know the variables too, because you want to recognize them as variables. But the constants are what
important. When you have a constant, then you can convert that system into conditionality for the purpose of analyzing it, and then back into causality for the purpose of action.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, that's exactly how it works.
Yeah,
that's good analysis there. Okay, well, I'm going to go to bed for a little while. I'm tired of sleepy week.
Yeah,
thanks for being here today. See you later.
As far as keeping in touch with people long distance, goodbye, Susanna. I'm not very good at that, to be honest. Or as far as I have no shame with FE as far as if someone wants to be my friend and I see that, but it's I'm just not that close to them, or I don't want to be that close to them. Maybe I have no I just don't talk to them. Feels like the only people that I attend to in my life are the ones that are close, and I keep my circle pretty small, and that's not something that I do on purpose, or I'm I can't have a lot of friends. I just find a lot of relationships tend to be draining or take a lot of energy to maintain, and I tend to focus my time and attention on other things. No, not at all.
What's the
relationships? The relationships that bring me joy and good and things into my life, I love those. I cherish those. I take care of those. I water them. But
what's your Enneagram?
I think a 9, but I'm bad with Enneagram, or I don't know anything really about Enneagram. So
yeah, I feel like a prerequisite to being my friend is that you are going to be low maintenance. I can call you once a month, or you can call me once a month, and I'll pick up, and we can have a 2-hour-long conversation. But if I don't talk to you for another month, that doesn't mean that we're not friends anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and if anyone shows any sign of something else, that they are more high maintenance, then I kind of just cut it off and don't talk to them at all.
NTPs.
I truly prefer time spent together too. If I have to maintain a relationship just over phone or whatever it may be, I really, I like the real world interaction with that person, seeing them in front of me and feeling that person.
How many good friends do you have, would you say?
I mean, I guess that's hard to say. I mean, I have right now in my life, I probably have two best friends, like two people that I can talk to about anything, count on, or like,
What's their type? Is one of them your girlfriend?
yeah, ESFJ and an ENTP.
Hmm.
But and that's not see, and that what I'm kind of the what I'm saying when I'm saying best friend is like I have other
Yeah.
friends in my life that if I were to go if they were to show up right now at my house, we would, I mean, like it would be
Right.
like we had never been apart. But right now they're not in my life actively, if that makes sense.
Well, and your ENTP friend probably feels the same way with his friends.
Yeah, well, I know my ENTP friend really values our friendship. Or really like I know I'm like his best friend because I'm his only good friend here in this city in town.
How
Like
old's he?
he has tons of other acquaintances, and
Oh,
you know what
yeah.
I'm saying. Like
What does he do? I remember you talking about him.
he's a supervisor at a call center.
Oh no.
He hated being like the grunt. He hated being taking calls, but he likes being the supervisor. He likes managing a team of people and trying to keep them motivated to do their job and like help them when they have problems. Help them work
Okay.
through the steps to solve it.
I judged too quickly.
I'm just saying I know that's the part he likes.
Is it not been that long since he's been promoted? It's still kind
No, he got promoted like last year.
Oh, it's still pretty fresh.
He's been there for I think he's worked for it's for Sprint. He's worked for them for like 5 years. Makes decent money, has good benefits, free phone bill, all that good
That's
stuff.
nice.
He's actually I've been on his like employee plan for like 3 years now. It's awesome. So my phone bill's nothing. It's dope. It's a good benefit for me too.
It's interesting. I'm wondering, how old's your? I've asked you this like a million times. How old's your? You may have answered it like 1,000,001 times. How old is he?
He is. I mean, I might be off. No, he's 28. For some reason my brain is saying 29, but I feel like he's 28.
I feel like the slope at which ENTPs begin to limit their friends in life, it starts declining pretty dramatically. From what I've observed.
You're saying that there comes a time in their life where they just start to make their circle smaller?
Yeah.
Yeah, he definitely did that.
Everybody does that, I think.
Yeah.
I think it's normal. But I think an ENTP circle can go from fucking massive to just like a little bubble.
Yeah.
Especially so.
He definitely did that.
Yeah.
He'll talk about it too, like, so I know he's aware that he done it.
I prefer it.
I think if anybody, if you have it's like, I don't know. Most people, when they say the word friend, that implies a whole bunch of stuff. Like
Right.
when they say, I have a bunch of friends, that means I have a bunch of beings that require things from me, and I probably require things from them. I don't mean that. I know it sounds really bad. But I'm just saying that's a lot of the time how people say that's the state a lot of the time of friendships.
I don't know. Mine's weird. Because I have probably 15 people that I've had some pretty crazy history with. And I don't know, like 15 people that I could go, talk anything, say anything to